My name's Jack Smith. I've been in the industry, in the oil industry now for 23 years. I originated in a small town in Cheshire called Northwich.
All right, I'm Giles Acker. I was born in Seminole, Oklahoma. Been in the oil field on drilling rigs ever since about 16 years old.
I was in the Royal Navy for 23 years in the medical branch.
I was on a semi-submersible rig for a couple of years, and before that I was fishing for 3 years out of Fleetwood.
Well, really, I'm a male nurse by profession, but, well, I worked there for 5 years, and I've worked here for 5 years. I like the life.
My name's Paul Dove. I come from a little mining town in Yorkshire, living in Bristol at the moment. My job on the Beryl is a maintenance scheduler.
My name is Ray Woolsbout. I'm from New Zealand. I've been drilling for the last 4 years.
Well, I've been on the Beryl since the beginning. I'm actually from Alabama.
I was a professional footballer.
I worked in a restaurant.
I'm Carl Artopius. I'm the platform manager of the Beryl. I'm originally from California, and I've been in the North Sea for approximately 4 years. The Beryl platform is a con-deep type structure. We have approximately 250 to 400 people aboard. We're a simultaneous drilling and production platform. We have 2 rigs that are capable of going to between 16 and 18,000 feet. Our present capacity is at 100,000 barrels a day. We are presently injecting gas at about 100 million cubic feet a day, and we also are injecting water at 50,000 barrels a day.
Beryl A is a great achievement. Oil was discovered here in 1972. By 1975, the platform had been designed and built and was in position in the North Sea, and the next year it was producing oil. It is an enormous success, and this one platform produces a significant proportion of Britain's oil. It's an unusual place in which to live. If you go for a walk outside, it's on steel gratings, 200 feet above the ocean. There's not a lot to look at either. Just the loneliness of the support boats, the changing weather, and the movement of the sea's surface. Others have settled on the platform too, and why not? It has sheltered, warm corners. The food is good, although what oyster catchers expect to find on the flight deck is a mystery. And, well, to hell with the rules. It could be thought that the main activity on Beryl is drilling for oil. At the moment it is the main activity, but the main purpose is to extract oil and dispatch it to the refineries.
Now this is the nerve centre of the platform. From here the life support systems are worked, the tanker loading, the seawater injection, the gas injection, and of course the oil production. And shipments of tanker loadings usually once every 5 days. The people who operate in this control room come from literally all sorts of backgrounds, mostly youngish people, late 20s, early 30s. They work hard. Whilst on the platform, there's very little opportunity for relaxation, so mainly a man concentrates on his job.
Right, 50.
About 38 million, yeah. What is it now on the...
Well, I'll go and check that.
I've been in the oil business for 7 years now. I started with a company called Schlumberger. I joined after I left college in 1972. and worked in West Africa as a wireline engineer until coming back to UK in 1976 to do a master's degree in petroleum engineering, and then on to Mobil as a petroleum engineer. Spent a year in London in reservoir engineering, and then came up to Aberdeen as an operations engineer, and now as a production supervisor on the Beryl.
This job and this platform and the safe running of it depends entirely on cooperation and teamwork.
A lot of responsibility falls on the safety officer, who is constantly checking to maintain safety standards both for equipment and clothing. He carries with him a detector to check that there is no gas in critical areas. These men are checking a bearing fault in a compressor. With it out of action, gas that would otherwise be injected has to be burnt off and lost. So the repair of the compressor is critical. If gas can't be injected, production has to be curtailed. One of the three legs that support the platform is a shaft containing pumps and other vital machinery. The platform has many odd corners where people work in small groups, almost lost in the complexity of the whole. Here, work is going on at the base of the shaft, far below sea level. These men are well above sea level, but only temporarily, as they're transferred to a supply vessel. Heavy supplies come in these specially built craft. They're like marine flat-top trucks and constantly ply between Scotland and the platform. There are always 4 or 5 boats and 3 helicopters attending to the needs of this North Sea island. Men arriving for a spell of duty come by helicopter. Each day there are several flights connecting the platform with Aberdeen, 200 miles away. The usual tour is a fortnight on and a fortnight off, although for some it's a week on and a week off. These arrangements are particularly pleasing to family men, who feel that they see much more of their wives and children when off duty for a week or a fortnight at a time than if they had a regular land-based job.
The 2 weeks off is pretty good, you know, I can be at home with my family and my children.
We have a lot of time off also.
I see more of the family with the 2 weeks that we get off than I did do when I was working on shore.
Usual couple of runs ashore within the 2 weeks, and gives it a good break.
It's nice to have the time off working a regular schedule on the platform.
In a disused stone quarry near his house, Peter Ryle spends a good deal of his time off on his bike, for he's a dedicated motorcycle trials rider. His wife, Felicity, is a dedicated spectator.
We came 25 miles outside Aberdeen to find our house. It's very nice countryside. The quarry at the back here is ideal for the motorcycle, which I take out in the evening and at the weekends, and we really like it out here.
Carl Atopius and his family also live in the country near Aberdeen.
We've been here for 4 years, and I like it here. And I think one of the reasons I like it here is because I've been involved with this Petroleum Women's Club. And I think that it gives a purpose to our lives because the club is involved earning money for charities. You don't feel that you're just whiling away your time with activities that are not worthwhile. We recently bought a piece of equipment for the hospital. It's for a heart machine. And by doing this, we feel we actually are contributing to the community, becoming a part of the community. My biggest problem, though, is it's sort of a start and stop life, because I try the week that you're home to not be too involved with club activities, because obviously I don't want to be away from you when you're home. And yet the week that you're away, I want to be involved in club activities. And it's pretty hard to find things in this life that you can do every other week. It would be very easy to be lonely, to be frustrated, to be bored, if you don't really make an effort to go out and to meet some other wives, maybe who have these same problems?
Well, I don't find it difficult, no, because I'm English. But a lot of American ladies who live here, I think, sometimes find it difficult because things are strange to them and they're apt to be a little critical at times, I think. They can't buy certain things that they buy at home, and they miss certain things that they would like to have. I suppose the same way that we would do.
However, back at the ranch, there is not much time to think about shore activities.
This is a typical staff meeting that we conduct on the Beryl platform. Each one of our supervisors contributes what he's working on during the day, and we plan our workload for the next day and evening. Martin, can you bring us up to date on what's happening on the compressor train?
Well, as you know, we went down on high vibration. We've checked the alignment, found it to be out, and we're now realigning it.
All right. When do we expect to be back online?
Friday.
Jim, what about rig 2?
We're going in the hole with a new bit. Should be back on bottom about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay. How deep are you at this time?
14,764.
Okay, fine. Cecil, what are we doing on rig 1?
At the present, we're out of the hole to change our bottom hole assembly to try to correct our angle.
Okay. When are you going to be back on bottom?
Oh, approximately 6 o'clock.
But what is it like living on the platform? What do you do in your time off? The answer is nothing much, because there's not a lot of time off. There are simple entertainments and films and telly, but for a fortnight, people come out here to work, and play is fairly limited. Accommodation is good, but not spacious, about the same as on a ship. Everybody is well cared for. Not only do stewards look after the rooms, but all laundry, including personal clothing, is attended to every day. As on a ship, there are always people coming off duty and others about to start. But unlike a ship, it's easy to telephone home because Beryl is on the mainland exchange.
Oh my God.
Food is excellent. To eat to this standard each day on shore, one would need a super executive expense account. Cold salmon is commonplace. Steaks are large and tender. Prawn cocktails, sole bon femme, and boeuf bourguignon are every day. Of course, some with more homely tastes prefer bangers and mash, and that's on the menu too.
He's been on it. He was the first one.
We try and keep the menu as balanced as possible. We're trying to get in wholemeal bread. We're serving 4 main meals a day, which is the normal breakfast, lunch, evening meal, and of course for the shift that's working at night, they have a meal at midnight. All during the day as well, there are snacks being served, coffee, tea. The sort of menu is virtually international. On this rig, for instance, the Beryl 8, you've got 27 cater crew aboard with another 27 ashore. Really, what it depends on is the people we've got, the people you see in this galley here, because they're the ones that are doing it. They're on show 4 or 5 times a day. The food's got to be good. The men on board take a great interest in their food, and if the food's not good, believe me, they let you know.
Yeah, our return load to Sombra, Gold Sierra, consists of 9 passengers, 270 baggage, total from the Magnus of 1800.
I have 2306, 2306, 2226. Over.
Roger, Skipper. Can you go 2226 both, please?
Put the Beryl on this box onto 355. Turn this box somewhere else into 345. Stand on. Thanks, Stan. Right. 9 souls on board. Okay. That's a lot of bodies. Yeah.
Just hold the line, please. We're within a second.
The tanker loading point is a tower a mile away from the platform. When this has to be serviced, the maintenance crew are taken out by helicopter. It's routine, but it's quite an operation.
We've got enough bodies to go down this time to finish the winter. Ring, it'll be up. Forward 20 and right 2, 15 and right 2, 10 and right 2. Clear to commence winching. Roger. Clear to commence winching, winching out and putting one guy on the stop now. In the stop and winching out. Still winching out. Height is good. Height is good. Still winching out on the deck. Now Dave has him out of the strop. Steady. Winching in to strop. Happy being a strop now and winching out. Winching out. Going onto the deck. Onto the deck. Now Dave has him. Clear the deck. Still winching in. Up to the arm. And winching is completely clear.
Having got the men there, supplies and materials have to go too. And that also needs skilled crew work. So, for 24 hours a day, Beryl is active and busy. Administration, communications, accommodation, feeding and maintenance are cares that don't cease. Machines that never stop have to be looked after. Oil that endlessly flows has to be stored and dispatched. Gas has to be injected. New drilling is almost timeless in its constancy. And it all depends on the men who man the platform. These are the men of the North Sea, the men who go out to this strange little island for a fortnight at a time to become absorbed in their work, in the complicated life of the platform. Whether it is attending to health problems or landing a helicopter, people often do jobs that seem quite unrelated to each other, but it is all part of the pattern, so that whatever their individual work, these men are dedicated to one purpose: getting oil out from under the sea. Stored sunlight that is vital to modern man in order to buy time and allow long-term energy alternatives to be developed. For oil is the cord on which our present society, with all its complexities, must depend. Without it, civilization as we know it will die before it can take the next giant step.